Now we are joined by Rajiv on the phone line as well. Good evening to you. Very sad news coming in of Sushma Swaraj passing away at the age of 67, only 67, from a massive cardiac arrest. What are your comments and your thoughts? Mr. Punj, are you there?
Yes. Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, we have this very, very sad news of Sushma Swaraj passing away, 67. What are your comments and your thoughts?
It's really very shocking because she was an excellent leader. And she was not only an excellent leader, but she was also a very good orator. And she was a very good team. She had excellent team spirit. And I worked with her as a party colleague for a number of years in Parliament, outside Parliament. She was very soft-spoken, very persuasive, and an excellent human being. It's a great loss, not only to the Bharatiya Janata Party, but I would say to the public life of India.
Absolutely, and she was dubbed the super mom of India as well. She was the youngest female at the age of 25 who became the youngest cabinet minister of the Indian state of Haryana. These are huge achievements. Take us through some of her very prestigious career.
See, whatever responsibility was given to her, she undertook that responsibility with great efficiency. In fact, she was asked to go and contest against Mrs. Sonia Gandhi in Ballari in Karnataka. At that point of time, BJP had virtually no presence in Karnataka, and I myself went to Ballari, and people in Ballari hardly had heard of the Bharatiya Janata Party. They didn't know who was Mr. Advani or who was Mr. Vajpayee. And Mrs. Sushma Swaraj was from a Hindi-speaking state. Even she was not known in that area. She went there and within a fortnight, she picked up Kannada. She not only picked up Kannada, she delivered some of very good speeches in Kannada. And I could see that huge public meetings where she went and addressed. There she left a deep impact, and she gave a very good fight to Mrs. Sonia Gandhi. And Congress at that point of time was a very established party in Karnataka, whereas the BJP was a comparatively totally unknown party. And she lost just by 50,000 votes. She nearly won the election, and that was her capacity to comprehend a language and her auditorial capabilities.
Absolutely. She is perhaps most famous not for just the work that she did, but also for being able to win people's hearts and her warmth. And what was she like as a person?
Well, she could connect herself with all strata of society. She could sort of she could reverberate with most of the people. And she was very transparent and honest on her dealings. And she was able to lead the party in both houses. In fact, I worked with her in Rajya Sabha. And she always did her homework very well. And she was a great help to her party colleagues in preparing their speeches, helping them with work, parliamentary work, and her understanding of parliamentary procedures and practices was excellent. In fact, I would say that India has lost a very good leader today.
Mr. Punj, stay with us. Kartikeya, what are your comments to what BJP leader Mr. Punj has been saying on Sushma Swaraj? All right, we are joined now by Suman Suraman, who is a political analyst. Good evening to you. This very sad news of Sushma Swaraj having passed away. What are your comments?
it's a huge loss. I think she, always was a very, very dignified person. She had friends across the political spectrum, and the way she conducted herself, particularly in the last 5 years as the External Affairs Minister, the way she used to reach out, to Indians who were in distress everywhere, I think that endeared her to the people, more than just as the average politician, I think that she honestly made an effort to sort of retain that connect with the people. And it's a huge loss. It's not just a loss to the BJP, it's a loss to the nation. And, someone who was a symbol of, how women could get ahead in politics and succeed. And also at the same time, maintain an extremely cordial, relationship with leaders across the political spectrum. I think that it's a very big loss, and she will be deeply missed. I mean, it was known that she had a renal transplant some time ago, and she had been ailing for a while. But this was totally unexpected, and I think that it leaves behind a very, very big void, which will be quite difficult to fill.
Absolutely. And what could this mean possibly for the BJP with their senior leaders? Obviously, this huge loss, also with Arun Jaitley no longer being a part of the senior leadership. What could this mean now for the BJP?
Look, I mean, she had actually sort of moved out of active political life, and I think that health was one of the reasons for that, and that is why she was not in the cabinet at the moment. But she was still active on social media. She was still airing her views quite regularly. In fact, her last tweet was hardly 2 hours or 3 hours ago. I mean, just 4 hours ago that she actually put out a tweet on the revoking of Article 370 and so on. So obviously, it sort of marks the end of an old, gentler era of politicians from the BJP. Of course, we do have some of the senior leaders still with us, fortunately, but in a sense, it marks the departure of the BJP in its earlier leader from the BJP in its earlier avatar, as it were.
And of course, she was the youngest member of the cabinet at 20, a cabinet minister at 25, and also a very prominent female face in politics, a very male-dominated industry. This is a huge achievement for a woman. What can you say on this about her political career?
Oh, absolutely. I think she was a trendsetter in many ways. The fact that that a woman could make it to this level without having the huge family connections, or without literally being groomed for it by a father or a husband or whatever. So I think that was clearly there, and she was the former Chief Minister of Delhi. And it's ironical that two strong women, two strong former Chief Ministers of Delhi, both Sushma Swaraj and Sheila Dikshit, passed away within hardly a couple of weeks from each other. So that's another huge loss. And I think that the fact that she was always maintaining her composure, always having a smile, even in the most stressful of situations, an absolutely brilliant speaker, a great debater. I think it's amazing, not just for what an Indian woman can achieve, but also what a leader in politics can achieve. And I think that she was beyond just being a woman who made it, but she was a politician and a leader who made it at the highest level.
Absolutely. And she was also considered to be perhaps the most millennial minister in the Indian government, and that the Indian government has ever had. As you said, she was actively involved on social media and tweeted just about 3 hours ago on how happy she was on the government's move on Kashmir, stating that she was waiting for this day in her lifetime. With her presence on social media and being very much loved by both old and young, this is going to be a huge loss for the BJP and politics in India.
Yeah, I think the social media aspect, I think, needs special mention, because she was actually replying to the tweets herself. In fact, it was not the usual case of the account being operated by somebody on behalf of the leader. So very often she used to put out the tweets on her own. And the fact that, people in Indians in distress in any corner of the world could reach out to the foreign external affairs minister of the country was something which had not happened before. In fact, most of the responses that people put out to senior leaders very often used to remain unanswered. And here was a foreign minister of the country finding time to reach out to, the average Joe public Indian, as it were, stranded in some corner of the world, and organizing the help and ensuring that the follow-up was done. It was something which was completely new, and people were, absolutely bowled over by that. So I think that she was a trendsetter in that too, in the fact that it wasn't very often, or it still isn't very often, that we see ministers actively engage and solve problems on social media. So I think that again is something where she was a trendsetter.
Thank you very much. Stay with us. I'm going to go back to our political editor, Kartikeya. Kartikeya, what are your comments? Okay, it seems that we've lost Kartikeya. Now, let me go to our correspondent, Siddhant Sybil, who's joining us on the phone line. What are your reactions to what Samant Siraman has said there on especially Sushma Swaraj's influence on social media? Okay, we've also lost it, and we will get them back. Now, her speeches would mesmerize all in attendance. Let's take a look at one such speech by the prolific leader at the UNGA 2018.
Excellencies, our world is still beset with conflicts, terror, and hateful ideologies that are transcending borders and impacting our lives. No one should be allowed to support terror or its perpetration. Our collective survival as a global family requires that the wisdom of pioneering leaders such as Mandela should remain as our moral compass. Let us share this planet as one. Let us make a better world for our children.
Now, news just coming in. India's former foreign minister and veteran BJP leader Sushma Swaraj has passed away at the age of 67. She was admitted to Delhi's AIIMS after she had suffered from a massive heart attack. Swaraj was the second woman after Indira Gandhi to hold the portfolio of External Affairs Minister. And Sushma Swaraj, who was for the BJP the most prominent woman face. She had decided not to contest the 2019 Indian election due to health reasons. She made this decision last year. She was recovering from a kidney transplant. Now, Sushma Swaraj was an Indian politician, a former Supreme Court lawyer. She was also a senior leader of the BJP. She served as the Minister of External Affairs of India from May of 2014 to the 30th of May 2019. She was the second woman, only the second woman to hold the office after Indira Gandhi. She'd been elected 7 times as an MP, and she was also the youngest cabinet minister of India at the age of 25. This was in 1977. She was the youngest cabinet minister in the state of Haryana. Now, of course, very sad news of Sushma Swaraj passing away. She was admitted to AIIMS not too long ago. She had suffered from a massive heart attack. And her last tweet, she had a Twitter post where she was thanking Prime Minister Narendra Modi about the government's move on Kashmir, stating that she had been waiting for this day in her lifetime. It's very sad that this day only happened yesterday and has been passed in the lower house today. She was considered to be perhaps the most millennial minister that the government has ever had. She was very much loved by both the old and the youth. She was also very active on social media. And as we heard there from the political editor, Sumant Siraman, saying that she herself tweeted replies to people who sent messages. She'd been dubbed as Supermom of India by the Washington Post, and she'd become one of the most followed politicians on Twitter. She truly did strike a chord with the youth and the old alike. She was, of course, the BJP's most prominent woman face. She didn't contest in the most recently held Lok Sabha elections, in which the BJP, of course, won a massive majority. Last November, she announced that she would not contest these general elections, citing health reasons as her concern. And, of course, she was recovering from a kidney transplant. Now, Sushma Swaraj passed away a little while ago at AIIMS. The veteran BJP leader died of a heart attack at just 67 years of age.
سادة الأفاضل،
Okay, but also can they put something on the table? A senior leader of the Bharatiya Janata Party, Sushma Swaraj, was serving as the Minister of External Affairs of India from the 26th of May 2014 to the 30th of May 2019. She was only the second woman to hold the office after, of course, Indira Gandhi. She was elected 7 times as a Member of Parliament and 3 times as a Member of the Legislative Assembly. At the young age of 25, in 1977, she became the youngest cabinet minister of the Indian state of Haryana.